Hey everyone, welcome back to the Gen Y Investor. Thanks again for tuning in. Got my United top on again today because we had a very good win against Roma in the Europa League semi-finals. So hopefully Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can get his first piece of silverware for the club. It's been a long time coming. But on to today's content. I wanted to discuss my newest addition to my portfolio, which is Alibaba. It's basically the Chinese Amazon. So we're going to sort of discuss a few reasons why I've bought into this stock and what it means and that sort of gear. We'll head over to the slides. But firstly, I just wanted to show you my newest investment that I purchased the other day. It's a big Lurtz statue. I'm going to get it in a big glass case soon. So this is another one. We had Sauron the other day. But this is probably my favourite villain in Lord of the Rings. Lurtz. It's got the sword. Yeah, another Weta original. Very happy. Okay, so talking about Alibaba today. I've been watching this stock for probably 3 or 4 months now, to be honest, wanting to buy in. Been on a very solid downtrend that probably follows the general perception of China as a whole at the moment. There's a lot of fear and anxiety around investing in China, purely because of the whole coronavirus outbreak and things like that. They've sort of handled it in a way where they're really isolating themselves against globalization. So, bit of fear with investing in China, and as a result, we've seen stocks like Alibaba not do as well as some of the other big tech companies, the American ones such as like Google and Apple. But I certainly do like Alibaba. We don't even need to run through the financials. They're incredibly strong. Really strong. Nothing you can really fault about it. In the positives in every way that you'd want it to be. Headed by Jack Ma, who we see on the left here next to Elon Musk. This is a very funny interview, actually. Elon made him look a little bit dumb, but that's probably just the language barrier. He is a very smart dude and does a good job with Alibaba. So one of the reasons I do like Alibaba. And then we've got the next 2 little reasons here. I've just done a couple of excerpts just to show that, to highlight these 2 reasons. Firstly, they had a massive fine from the Chinese government, which again was why a lot of people were jumping off of Alibaba. They had a huge fine coming, just due to sort of manipulating how competitors can compete against them, I guess. But the fine actually wasn't that big. It was only something like 4% of their 2019 revenue. So it was a lot less than what people expected. And the way they responded was quite interesting as well, I thought. That's why I've posted this. So they said, in a statement on Saturday, Alibaba accepted the fine with sincerity and would ensure its compliance with determination, adding that the penalty reflects the regulator's thoughtful and normative expectations towards our industry's development. So, I guess that's just sort of exemplifies some cultural differences between a China tech company and an American tech company. I can't see someone like Apple or Amazon coming out and basically thanking the people that gave them the fine for sort of bringing him down to earth, I guess. But Alibaba do. So that's a nice little thought, I think. Like I said, the fine wasn't anything too major. It wasn't as much as what people expected. And in the next slide, where we're looking at the graphs a bit, you will see that there was a nice little jump when that fine came out, because it was a lot less than what people thought. Another big reason that really pushed me over the line, this made me certain that I'll invest in at some stage, was the several weeks ago, what is it now, the 30th of April 2021. So I think Charlie Munger invested start of April. So we all know him as Warren Buffett's right-hand man, one of the greatest investors of all time, Charlie Munger. So he's actually put in 19% of his company's portfolio into Alibaba, which is quite a large stake. It's the 3rd largest position behind Bank of America and Wells Fargo. So Charlie, very, very confident in Alibaba's ability to respond and bite back in the long term anyway. generally Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger do only buy stocks for the long term. They're getting quite old now though, which is a bit of a interesting thing. They're probably, I think they're like in their 90s, so don't want to be rude, but I don't know how much longer they can hold these long-term stocks for. But I mean, they'll probably just hand the company over to relatives or friends or whoever their colleagues. So yeah, huge stake from Charlie Munger in this company, which is reassuring for me for sure. And then if we head over and just look at the graphs, so yeah, been on a solid downtrend when most other stocks were recovering through COVID. Alibaba really hasn't. You can see on the left here the 6-month graph. Generally, like from November, you would have seen things really skyrocket up. Like things like Apple would have been, if you can see my cursor here, it'd be sitting around here. And same as Google. Google's gone even higher. Google will be up here. So Alibaba are really on a downtrend still with the fear and uncertainty in the market. But yeah, just over the past month, it's sort of recovered a bit, I think. Seems to be pulling out of its downtrend. This is that spike I talked about where the fine announcement came out. And people were happy with that, so they all jumped on it. But continued on its downtrend. And I bought in a few days ago, around about here. It's sort of broken even, but I'm really hoping that it's pulled out of its downtrend, at least short term. Not that really matters. I didn't buy this as a 1 to 2 year stock. It's probably more of a 5 to 10 year stock, and I am very, very bullish on China and where they'll be placed in the future. I think they're a very impressive nation that do things very well. So I guess we'll see. Hopefully it does grow some money this year, get some growth this year. But yeah, long term, I think it'll be a very good investment. So just a quick one today, but yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. And if you stuck around to the end, make sure you give the video a like.